Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diabetic Toolbox, where we are on a mission to end type 2 diabetes one family at a time through education, support, and empowerment. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Renee. I am an emotional eating and diabetes lifestyle coach and yoga teacher, and I help folks over 40 diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes to lower their blood sugar, lose weight, and increase mobility without spending hours in the gym or feeling like they have to give up everything they enjoy. Today is part 3 of the Men's Diabetes Blueprint series. Yesterday, we talked about erectile dysfunction and diabetes and how it is not just a sexual issue. And on day 1, we talked about the numbers that every man should know. Today, we are talking about food. Specifically, eating like your life depends on it, because it does. Let me start with the number one question I get asked from clients after they get a diagnosis of diabetes. What do I eat now? And that question usually comes with a mix of confusion, frustration, and sometimes even fear, because suddenly something that used to feel so normal, eating, now feels complicated. You hear different advice from everywhere. Cut carbs, count your calories, cut out sugar, follow this plan for 30 days, follow this plan for 90 days, avoid that food. And after a while, it becomes overwhelming. I have to tell you something, folks. This is something you cannot Google your way out of or into. So instead of feeling clear, you might feel stuck. The truth is, you do not need a new diet. You need a strategy. Because diets often focus on the rules, but strategy focuses on understanding how food works in your body. Let me break this down so that it's simple and practical, and the same way that my coach broke it down for me. Every time you sit down to eat, I want you to think about 3 things: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Protein helps stabilize your blood sugar and keeps you feeling satisfied. Fiber slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, which helps prevent spikes. And healthy fats support your energy and help you stay full longer. When you build your meals around these 3 components, you're actually giving your body what it needs to function well. Now, let's talk about the difference between foods that spike your blood sugar and foods that help keep it steady. We all know, right, that high processed foods, sugary drinks, and refined carbohydrates tend to cause quick rises in the blood sugar. That spike is often followed by a crash. And that is when you feel tired, super hungry, and you're reaching for more food. On the other hand, whole foods like lean proteins, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and healthy oils help create a more steady response. And this means that you will have stable energy and fewer cravings, and you might even see better overall performance throughout your day. And I want to tell you this because it's important. You don't have to give up all the foods you love because you have been diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. You just have to look at them differently. Eating this way with a protein, a fiber, and a healthy fat on every plate does not have to be expensive or complicated. You don't need to go down the specialty foods aisle. All you need is some simple foods that can go a long way. Think eggs, canned beans, frozen vegetables, oats, brown rice. These are affordable. And you can also think of affordable proteins that you can add to your brown rice and beans to make a great meal that is going to satisfy you and not raise your blood sugar. This is about building meals that work for your life, not meals that look great on paper or look great when you take the photo to post online. This is something that you want to create for yourself that you can do every single day. Because when you do not have a clear approach to food, it can feel like you are constantly guessing. And that guessing shows up as cravings, low energy, frustration, grazing throughout the day. It can affect how you show up at work. It can affect how you feel in your body, even how you connect with the people around you. But when your blood sugar is more stable, everything starts to feel different. You have more energy, more clarity, and more control over your choices. So, here's my invitation for you today. Start simple. Look at your plate and ask yourself, do I have a protein, fiber, and healthy fat? Pay attention to how you feel after your meals. Your body will tell you what is working if you take a moment to notice. And notice that I did not say buy an extra set of measuring cups or a new scale. Yes, it is important to watch the amount of food that you're eating, to read the labels and understand portion sizes. But when you listen to your body, as you're eating and preparing your meals, you will begin to see and notice, I've eaten too much this time. I feel sluggish. I can't concentrate. So maybe next time I will cut back a little bit. That's called building a lifestyle around food that you can live with. Now, if you're supporting someone on this journey, I want you to encourage balance, not overwhelm. This is not about changing everything overnight. It's about building a way of eating that supports your health in a real way. Diets are not real. Most of them will never fit into the way you live your life each day. And that's why they only work for a short period of time. Now, if you're listening and you're thinking, I get it, I need to eat better, I need to move more, I don't know how to incorporate this in a way that makes sense for me, that is completely normal, especially if you're newly diagnosed. So, that is why I want to invite you to join me in my 4-week program, the Emotional Eating and Blood Sugar Reset. If you are someone over 40 and you are dealing with cravings and habits and a busy life and you feel stuck, this program is the program that is going to help you get unstuck. I will walk you step by step through a simple, realistic plan that is going to help you to lower your blood sugar, lose weight, and feel more in control of your eating without going to the extreme or starting over. There are only 20 spots available. I keep the program small so that I can provide attention to everyone who's inside of the container. Our next cohort starts May 31st, and you can get more information on the program and grab your spot by clicking the link in the show notes. So, as we close today, I want to leave you with this. Food is not the enemy. I know sometimes it may feel that way. Believe me, I have been there myself. But it is one of the most powerful tools you have. What you eat every day directly impacts your blood sugar, your energy, and your long-term health. When you move away from confusion towards a simple strategy, everything becomes more manageable. You start to feel better, think clearer. You show up stronger in your life, and this is where what you eat matters. All right, my friends. Today, you are going to eat like your life depended on it, because it does. In our next episode tomorrow, we are going to continue building on this and talk about movement and how it plays a key role in lowering your blood sugar and improving your overall health. If this episode spoke to you in any way, please share it with someone you love or someone who may also be struggling with their blood sugar. The truth is that everyone knows someone who is either pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. This is a disease that is running rampant throughout our communities and our families. And in the United States alone, the CDC estimates that there are over 115 million folks who are either pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, and a lot of folks are not going to find out until they go to the doctor and get that blood test. So let's be here for them when they find out. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, and until tomorrow, take care of yourself and each other. Talk to you soon. Bye.